Then is division of phase space into elementary cells. Means we want to find out the number of elementary cells. So for this, first of all, the volume of the phase space is divided into compartments. The volume of the phase space is divided into compartments, and these compartments are then divided into cells. These compartments are then divided into cells. Clear? So let's suppose the phase space divided into compartments into cells, and we have coordinates x, y, z, phase space having coordinates x, y and z, and px, py and pz. Clear? So let dx, dy, dz, or we can say the dx, dy, dz multiplication, dx, dy, dy multiplication, and this multiplication is equal to dv, and then d multiplication of dpx, dpy and dpz. This is equal to the volume of momentum, we can say here momentum space. So this is the volume element. This is the volume element enclosed by a particular cell in position space. This is the volume enclosed, small volume enclosed by a particular cell in position space, and this is dpx, dpy, dpz. This is the volume enclosed, small volume enclosed by a particular cell in momentum space, and combination of these two in position space and in momentum space, that is the volume enclosed by a cell in phase space. So volume element enclosed by a cell in phase space, that is represented by d tau. And this is equal to, this is the volume enclosed by a particular cell in phase space. This is equal to dx, dy, dz and dpx, dpy and dpz. So this is the volume. Clear? Now we know that this is length, this is momentum. This is length and this is momentum. Clear? And this whole term, this is also length, this is momentum, or this length into this small momentum multiplication, this is represented by h naught. But this is the combination of this is h naught, combination of this is h naught, combination of this is h naught. So this is equal to h naught cube, where h naught is equal to dx into dpx, or similarly dpy into this. So this is length, this is momentum. This is equal to product of length into momentum, that is linear momentum, you can say. Clear? Or we can say, what we can write, momentum can be write length into, this is equal to mass into velocity, and mass into velocity, and if we multiply it by time and divided it by time, then what comes? Length by time is velocity. Here is also velocity, so this is equal to velocity square into mass into time. And what is mv square? Yes, this is equal to, yes, this when we represent it in terms of units, mass into velocity square, that is equal to joule. And joule time is second. So this is joule second. So this is equal to, I rub it, this is equal to joule second. How joule second? This is equal to units of h naught, that is equal to joule second. Small, joule second. So I do here velocity square. Velocity square means length over time the square. Clear? Into mass into time. Okay? Mass into time. Length is in, if we have SI unit, that is in meter. Meter over second square into mass is in kilograms into time is in seconds. So 1 second goes with 1 second. Now what is this? Mass per second into kilogram. Kilogram, yes, we know that joule is a unit of work. Work is equal to force into displacement. Force is equal to mass into acceleration into S. S is the length. Here, so mass is in kilograms. And what is acceleration? Acceleration is velocity by time. Velocity by time. And what is velocity? Velocity is length by time. And length is in meters. Length by time. Okay? Time scale means second square. Okay? Length is in meters. Meter per second square. So meter per second square into, this is also length, this is also in meters. So kilogram meter, yes, kilogram meter square per second square. Kilogram meter square per second square. This is joule. This is joule and this is second. So H not having units joule second, and the also in CGS it is erg per second, erg second, not erg per, erg second. And this is also the units of angular momentum. So H not have units and dimensions of angular momentum. So H naught is this. Clear? Now in classical mechanics, the value of H naught, that is in our hands. In classical mechanics, the value of H naught is in our hands. We can make it as small as we want. So sometimes we can take H naught approaches to 0 in some conditions. So this is in classical mechanics, it is in our hands. But in quantum mechanics, it can't be possible, because we know that according to uncertainty principle, all of you know that about the uncertainty principle. According to uncertainty principle, dx, position and momentum, dpx first, that is greater than or equal to h. Similarly, dy, because we have 6 coordinates, dpy, that is greater than or equal to h. Greater than or equal to h. And also the next, that is dz, dpz, that is greater than or equal to z. Clear? So when we combine these three, dx, dpx, dy, dpy, dz, dpz, that is greater than or equal to h cube, where h is Planck's constant. Its value is h is equal to 6.625 into 10 raised to power minus 34 joule second. And when we take its cube, h cube, that is equal to cube of this, and this is approximate equal to about you can say 2.8 or 2.9 into 10 raised to power minus 100 joule second. So the value of h in quantum mechanics is this. Clear? Now we want to, next step is we want the number of elementary cells in a phase space. Now number of elementary cells in phase space, that is equal to total volume of phase space, या in phase space you can say, of phase space, या in phase space divided by volume of one elementary cell. Volume enclosed by one elementary cell, you can say volume of one elementary cell. Volume of one elementary cell. Total volume of the phase space, that is equal to integration of dx, dy, dz, and integration of dpy, dpx and dpz divided by volume of elementary cell, that is equal to d tau. That is equal to d tau. And we know that d tau is equal to h naught cube and is equal to h cube. Here in classical mechanics it is h naught, and in quantum mechanics it is h cube, and in classical mechanics you can take h naught approaches to 0. Clear? Thank you very much. This is all about the phase space.